Back around the field and then sit.
This week we will be hunting whitetail in our home state of northern Michigan. But first we're going to talk about my all-girls boot camp that I have been doing for I think 7 or 8 years now. What I do is I bring together a group of about 25 girls and teach them everything from archery training, firearm training, hunter safety, how to use a tree stand, bow fishing, and so much more. Anything and everything surrounding the outdoors. It's a really amazing event, and it's truly my passion to get more girls into the outdoors. So here's a video of our boot camp from last year. At the end of the boot camp, we choose one lucky girl to come back in the fall and do a whitetail hunt with us. This year, we chose Reese. When we return, we take her out for her first whitetail.
Hunter Safety System introduces the Limit Shield, the first ever scent control harness.
It's our first night out here on the youth hunt in Michigan. I've got Reese with me. She's our boot camp hunt winner. This is her very first hunt ever, so this is brand new for her. We saw a nice buck this morning, but he was way too far from where we were. So my dad set up this bail blind for us, and we're just hoping that he will come to the same spot he was this morning. We should be able to get a shot. So we're all set up, and we're just gonna wait it out. Pretty excited?
Can't wait.
Cool. Okay. We'll see what happens. It didn't take long for us to be covered in deer. Knowing there was a bigger buck in the area, we decided to hold off on shooting a doe in hopes that this buck would show up. Light faded and the buck was nowhere to be found. We would return in the morning to try our chances again. Just like the night before, we were covered in deer. Reese spotted a deer that was walking up the fence line, and sure enough, it was the buck we were looking for. Right straight across from us. Yeah, you can.
He can't figure it out. He's like, what the heck? Where's the door?
After what seems like an eternity, the buck finally crosses the fence and Reese gets ready to shoot.
You see him, Jay, right?
Yeah, I can leave now.
Okay. It's broadside, so whatever. Just get set on this broadside right now, so whenever you're ready. Just straight up the front line.
She was just about to pull the trigger when the deer turned around and headed into the timber. Put your safety back on, Reese. Bring it all the way back. Everybody be still. We continued to sit and wait, hoping that that buck would show back up, but he never did. We had lots of deer in the field, so we decided to let Reese shoot a doe.
Okay, it's not the one with the weed on the butt. It's gonna be furthest one to the left. Good
Whoa.
shot.
That was crazy.
Reese! Oh my gosh! You got her!
That was so cool.
Look at her! She went straight down! Oh my gosh, that's awesome!
Oh, cool.
Good job, Reese!
Oh,
I'm so proud
thank
of you!
you.
I knew you could do it!
Good
I'm so
job.
proud of you! Are you
That's
shaking?
awesome.
That was awesome.
Oh,
That other doe doesn't even know what to do.
the one
Oh
with the
my
weed.
gosh.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
When we return, we go check out Reese's first deer, and Nate heads out after his first buck.
This segment brought to you by Whitetail Institute. Research equals results.
Before the break, Reese shot her very first whitetail.
Whoa. That was crazy.
Reese! Oh my gosh! You got her!
That was so cool.
Look at her! She went straight down! Oh my gosh, that's awesome!
Oh, cool.
Good job, Reese!
Oh,
I'm so proud
thank
of you!
you.
I knew you could do it.
Good
I'm so
job.
proud of you. Are you
That's
shaking?
awesome.
That was awesome.
Oh.
That other doe doesn't even know what to do. Oh, that's awesome. We've been sitting out here all morning, and we saw a buck, but we just couldn't get the shot, and we had this all-alone doe, and we've got lots of management doe tags out here. And so she took a perfect shot, dropped her right in her tracks. I mean, literally, it's going to be a pretty easy track. So we're going to go out and take a look. This is Reese's very first deer ever. She came to our boot camp and won the hunt with me, and we've been hunting for the past couple days, and I'm just so proud of her. We got her first deer. All right, you want to go? Good job, Reese. I'm so proud of you. That's a perfect shot. You got her right in the shoulder. You just broke those shoulders right down, and she went right down. Perfect. She came to my boot camp for the very first year, interested in hunting and just really wanting to learn more. And she's the one that I picked for our boot camp hunt winner. So we had her out here for the youth season. We've been hunting yesterday and this morning. We've had a few opportunities, but just wasn't able to make it happen. But this morning we got Reese her very first deer. She dropped it right in its tracks. It's super rare that we see a first-time hunter that can actually drop a deer right in its tracks. How are you feeling, Reese?
Just super excited and just really honored to be picked.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to join us, and I know I keep saying this, but I'm so proud of you. It's so important to get these kids into the outdoors. There's not enough kids that are getting into it and doing what we've done this weekend. So we've got a big girl down, big doe down that they're gonna have processed, and it's gonna go to her family. And we're just really happy to be successful here in Northern Michigan. What an awesome way to start deer season. Our next hunter is Nate. He shot a couple does in the past, but this year he's after his first buck.
Me and Kevin are out here again, out on our spar property, trying to get me my first buck. We're out here this time with the PSE smoke. And we're positioned on a hill right now where they normally come down into our fields. So we set up a stand, and we're sitting right now hoping to catch them when they come in to eat.
They had does all around them that night, and with about an hour left, an 8-point steps out into the soybeans, and Nate gets ready to take the shot.
Me and Kevin out here, and as you guys just saw, I had my first shot on a buck, and I have a pretty good idea where he went. We saw him go in the fence and then heard him come out the other way, so we have an idea where he might be, but I'm gonna try and find the bolt right now, and hopefully it's just covered up, so let's go look.
All right, Nate, congratulations on your very first buck.
This is awesome. I was just hunting not too far from here and I got the text that Nate got his very first buck down with his PSE crossbow. I'm super proud of you, Nate. I know you've been hunting pretty hard for the past couple year weeks. Actually, for the past couple years, you've been hunting trying to get your first buck. So, and you waited and you were patient and took a very nice 8-point. This is bigger than most people's first buck. So tell me a little bit about what happened.
So me and Kevin were sitting up in the tree stand, had our hunter safety systems on, and there's a spruce tree right there that just hides everything. Me and Kevin were just sitting there playing on our phones, not really looking around, and all of a sudden this guy just pops out. We have to scramble to put our phones away, get ready. He's got to get the camera out, I got to get the crossbow ready, and we got him. So
Perfect shot, huh?
yeah, put him down.
Yep, PSC, these crossbows are just insane.
Yep.
Really proud of you, Nate. I know how hard you've worked for this, and now you're gonna have a whole freezer full of meat.
Yep, I'm excited about it.
This segment brought to you by Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
It's archery season in northern Michigan, and my dad and I are headed out to the stand to go after one of my shooter bucks.
Last night we saw one of our shooter bucks. He stood out at about 40 yards and we thought for sure that he was going to come over to us because that's what he normally does according to our cameras, but he actually moved to the south and kind of kept going down in our cornfield. Now tonight we're sitting in the same spot. We've got it all set up and we're just hoping tonight he'll do something a little different. I shot my PSE before coming out and I'm shooting really good at 20 and 30 yards. I'd like for him to come in that close. A 40-yard shot's a little bit of a ways for a whitetail, but hopefully tonight's the night and we can get him to come in and I can take a shot. All right, we're all ready to go. Got the PSC all ready. Got the ram kits ready to fly. All we need is for a big boy to step out now. We've got 3 bucks coming over to us, and one of them is one of our shooters that we've been seeing. It's a beautiful, wide buck. I think he's a 9-point. I'm already getting nervous. It's been a while since I've actually shot a buck in Michigan, so I really hope he comes over here and I can let an arrow fly on him. Getting nervous already.
He was coming right to us, so I got ready to take the shot.
Good shot. That was a good shot.
Let's keep watching.
It was a good shot. He's going down. He went down. He just went down. Oh my gosh. He just went down. That's my first buck I've ever shot with my bow in Michigan. I've been hunting in Michigan for so many years. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He went down. I could see him go down. We just got out of the blind. We saw that buck go down right in the field, not far from where I shot him, probably 150 yards or so. Made a perfect shot. I can see him down, so we're gonna go see him. So excited. He's a perfect 8-point, you guys. In northern Michigan, where we hunt, it does not get much better than this. This is a beautiful buck. Only my second buck in Michigan I've ever shot, and I've lived here my entire life. My first buck with a bow in Michigan. Oh, I just could not be happier with this deer. I have worked so hard in the past 5 or 6 years to shoot a buck here in Michigan, and finally I made it happen. This is the one that I saw last night at 40 yards, made a perfect quartering away shot. I couldn't have asked for a better hunt.
What a great way to start the 2018 whitetail season. Tune in next week for more whitetail hunts and keep up with everything we do in the outdoors on social media and at bigboystv.com. What's wrong?
You're saying
Just,
it's the last one.
I know. What? How was that?
That'll do.